Yo, what's going on, guys? Back with another video, and this time about the base airdrop. I want to talk about it a little bit and why I think you should farm it and why it can be beneficial for you to do so. So let's get into it. Well, the first thing is nothing is, I'm going to put myself here, nothing is confirmed. They haven't confirmed an airdrop. They're not openly saying that they will release a native token. So that's, I guess, the risk with farming this airdrop. You may spend months and months on end farming it, and then at the end not getting anything out of it. They've explicitly said, the base team, that they're going to be using ETH as their native token since they are an L2 on the Ethereum blockchain. So they have said that, and they have denied the fact that they're going to release a native token. So they're not only are they not confirming whether they're going to release one or not, they're also confirming that they won't release one. They've said, we're not going to release a token. We have no plans to do that, and I'm going to show you a slide where they actually say this openly to the public on their Twitter bio. But there is a high likelihood. I mean, Binance has their native token and it's been doing amazingly well. It's a top 5 crypto in terms of market cap and valuation, right? But Base does not have a native token. And why is that? Base is a top 5 chain at the moment in terms of volume. So why is it that they don't have a native token and are claiming that they will not release their own native token and instead stick to Ethereum when Binance is not doing that? To me, that's strange. To me, that just points to the fact that there's so much money to bring home by releasing their own native token. And in my opinion, they have been out-competed by Binance largely due to the fact that Binance does have their native coin. So people are more incentivized to use their chain as opposed to use Coinbase. Coinbase, the base chain is not that old. So, obviously the reason they're going to use they're going to release their native token, in my opinion, is because they want to incentivize people to in the future use their chain and, never not stop using it, and also continue to use Coinbase. And, Binance has done a great job with that, having their native token, and they are the biggest centralized exchange. So I don't see why Coinbase would not want to compete with Binance in terms of having their own native token in their blockchain. Again, it is a top 5 chain, so don't see a reason as to why they wouldn't do it. And I think the reason they don't openly go out with saying that they will release a token is because my suspicion is that they want as few participants as possible in the airdrop. They don't want too many people to participate and get a share of the airdrop. They want the people that are active in the chain right now to get rewarded. Therefore, they're not going out with the news that they're going to do an airdrop. A lot of anticipating or a lot of projects go out with the fact that they will release their own token. I think, as an example, Linea is one of those projects that are open about the fact that they will release their own native token. I'm also farming Linea, but I'm not exactly sure about where they stand on how open they are. But from what I remember and from what I know, they're very open about it. I have to read more on that. Coinbase are not open about it. Base specifically, they're not open about it. They don't say it explicitly and publicly. And they also say that they won't do it. So most people most crypto projects, that are not open about the fact that they will release their own token, decide to say nothing. They don't say whether they will or won't. They just say nothing. But Base, in this case, in this instance, they say they will not do it. So that's kind of interesting. But a lot of people are not buying it because of how big Base has gotten, and the fact that Base will want to compete with Binance in the future to become the number 1 centralized exchange. I think they're a top 3 chain, together with Binance and is it Bybit or Kraken? I don't remember, but I think it's a top 3 chain at least, right? And yeah, Base is also going to cause a huge inflow of capital, and they want to improve that even more, and they want to get even more of an inflow of capital into the Base chain, especially in front of this upcoming bull run, or in this bull run that we find ourselves in right now. And you know, the reason they want to reward people with a token is because they want to incentivize people to use Base as much as possible right now during the beginning of the bull run. Of course, again, they haven't confirmed anything. They haven't said that they will release a token. But if you read between the lines, you know that they will. And that's also a large reason as to why a lot of people that have access to the right information are using the Base chain and are pushing it up. And, you know, normies, they love Coinbase because it has a comprehensible UI and UX. So the user experience, the user interface is very nice. It's very easy to understand. Sure, Coinbase can be a little annoying in terms of, you know, withdrawing money and with the identity verification and stuff like that. But other than that, it's very easy to use Coinbase. And due to that, you know, it's going to have even more inflow of capital during this bull run. Again, they want to become the biggest centralized exchange, and they understand that, you know, normies in the crypto space, they don't really understand the complexity of a lot of these centralized exchanges, or more so like the decentralized space, the DeFi space, right? And Coinbase wants to make it as easy as possible for the normies that are going to come later this bull run, probably a year or 6 to 12 months after the halving, which is coming up in like, I think, less than 10 days. They're also releasing their own smart wallet, so it's not going to have a seed phrase. You don't have to store a seed phrase anywhere. You will only need a passkey in order to have your wallet. So as you can see, Coinbase are doing a lot of things to become the biggest centralized exchange. And now their blockchain is also getting to the point where it may become one of the biggest. It's already one of the biggest, but probably even top 3, maybe even bigger than Solana. You never know. Solana right now has the largest amount of volume. Ethereum is still obviously the biggest one, but or wait, I think Ethereum has even more volume than Solana, but Solana is being very much used at this point, but Solana is barely working right now. You know, Coinbase or Base does not have any issues with the blockchain and transactions and any network congestion. So, but I guess that may also be due to the fact that you know, it doesn't have the same amount of volume and transactions as Solana. But you know, I still think, you know, Base will handle a large volume of transactions and volume better than Solana does. So again, it's a smart wallet they're going to release, has no seed phrase, and there was a judge ruling that the secondary sales of crypto that was, you know, claimed by the SEC did not violate any Securities Act. So that is a big win in their lawsuit against Coinbase. The lawsuit is not settled yet. So it is yet to be settled, but that at least gives them ammo to win the SEC lawsuit. And yeah, as I mentioned before in this presentation, there is insider information, insider alpha, that there will be an airdrop in the Base chain. It's been confirmed by insider sources. I don't have access to these insider sources, but I have access to people that do. So a lot of things are pointing in the fact that they will do an airdrop. A lot of people, a lot of inflow of capital, and a lot of volume will go into Base and into Coinbase the coming few months and deeper into this bull run. Because when the normies come into the bull run, they normally first and foremost go to Coinbase because it's the easiest to understand. Sure, they have very expensive fees in Coinbase when it comes to buying, withdrawing, and stuff like that. But still, they are the easiest, you know, centralized exchange to use by far. And when they start using Coinbase, they're automatically also going to use the Base chain because they're going to be very well integrated together. With a smart wallet, you're going to be able to buy tokens on chain directly through the smart wallet instead of having to like go on chain on like a decentralized exchange like SushiSwap or Uniswap, and then, you know, put them in your wallet or whatever. or like connect them to your wallet on SushiSwap and Uniswap, you'll be able to buy it directly on chain via the smart wallet. So what they're doing is they're just doing everything as easy as possible for the normies, because crypto is very tricky to understand technically in the beginning if you're not used to the space and if you haven't been in it for, you know, a couple of months at least. There's a lot of things to, you know, consider. It's seed phrases, it's private keys, how you store them, how you send tokens, how you do a lot of things. Basically, it can get very technical, and Coinbase, their mission is to simply eliminate that problem. So that's what they're doing. So with this mission, with this being their mission, they want to become the biggest chain, the biggest centralized exchange. And for them to do that, it wouldn't make any sense for them to not have their native token. Of course, they're going to have their native token, right? I mean, Binance does, and they're not too far off from Binance in terms of where they're ranked in terms of biggest centralized exchanges. So if they actually become the biggest one, which may very well be so during the bull run, they will have their own token. There's no doubt about that. And again, the reason they don't confirm it is because they want to have fewer participants. That's what I believe. So, like, let's actually try to change slide here. As I mentioned, they have confirmed that they will not issue a new network token, as you can see here. This is from their own official Twitter, the base account on Twitter, and they are publicly expressing and confirming that they will not issue a new network token, which me and a lot of people do not agree with or can see through. If you read between the lines, and if you look at what kind of plans they have and what kind of volume inflow they're preparing for this coming bull run, and the strides they're taking to make Coinbase the easiest centralized exchange to use, it doesn't make any sense for them to not have their native token. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? All the bigger chains have their native token. Why wouldn't they do it? I mean, you can argue that it's an L2 on Ethereum, so maybe that's why they won't release a token. So maybe that's a good reason for them not to release their own token, because they are an L2 on Ethereum. But in my opinion, that would be the only reason as to why they would do it. So like Solana, obviously they have their native token, but they are an L1. They're not built on Ethereum. They're their own blockchain. Same with Avalanche. Same with a lot of chains. Solana, Ethereum, Avalanche, and all these chains. So they have their own tokens, but they are L1s, and Base is an L2. So I mean, that may be an argument as to why they will not release their own native token, but everything else points to the fact that they will. So I've made a video about this in the past, about how to farm it on autopilot. I'm gonna put a link in the description to farm Base, where you can actually farm Base on autopilot, so you don't have to go in every week and make transactions. All you do is deposit an amount to one or many wallets in Farmbase, and they will handle the entire process for you. They will make transactions every 10 days. My settings are set to every 10 days in frequency, and they will handle everything for you. The only thing you have to do is spend 10-20 minutes setting up a few wallets, or maybe even just one wallet, just depositing an amount to it and bridging it to Base. And I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can look through that. They also have guides in the Discord that you can use on how to farm Base on autopilot. So they will tell you exactly how to set it up and what to think about and what not to do this properly and participate properly. So check that out if you want to do it on autopilot. I urge everyone to do it, because you're probably gonna hold Ethereum during this bull run anyways. You're probably gonna hold Ethereum anyway, so it's like you may as well put your Ethereum to use. Ethereum is not going to go down anytime soon. It may fluctuate over the coming weeks because it's still lagging behind Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is still outperforming it. But over the long run, deeper into the bull run, when Ethereum starts to outperform Bitcoin, that's when the alt season begins. And instead of just holding Ethereum, put it to use, farm it. Put it into a wallet or many wallets in Farmbase and let it be farmed, so you can get some of the Base tokens if they release. Again, you don't know. So again, I'm going to link that in the description. check that out. If you have any questions about Farmbase specifically, because I've been using it for a few weeks now, so I'm pretty familiar with it. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, or if you want to just, ask your questions in the Discord, or just check the FAQ in the website that they have here on the website menu. Just do that. But yeah, that's it for me, guys, today. I urge everyone to farm the base chain, farm of the base chain, so you get the base token. The maximum it will cost you is just the transaction fees every single week, and the base chain is very cheap in terms of gas fees and transactions. So I mean, it's not going to cost you a lot of money, so you may as well do it. You're not going to lose much. You're not going to lose any time either. You're just going to lose pennies from the transactions that are going to occur every 10 days if you do it on autopilot, or if you do it manually, it's going to be like every week. So you're not losing anything. Ethereum is going to go up. You're going to lose a little bit on the transaction fees, and you may as well do it. The ROI may be absolutely exponential. So check Farmbase out, and yeah, that's it from me, guys, today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.